Hi, Jean, can you hear? Hi, Jean, can you hear? Can you hear me?
One step at a time.
Great.
Thank you for asking. Oh, thank you. You don't want the music on today? Somebody want to control it? You mind turning it on once we get going? It should be playing just if you turn the volume up a little bit. So what's up, y'all? Anything you want to do today? Any postures, body parts you want to mess with? New today? Happens every time, right? I guess I don't always pronunciate like enunciate. Enunciate. So I'm like, is there anything anybody would like to do today? No requests? All right. So I've been telling everybody just in case you see me do things a little bit different or you don't see me do a pose. Some things I can't do, like I can't do pigeon or anything that's going to take my leg out, like external rotation and things. So you'll kind of see me move around. If you see me just pausing, that's why. No requests? All right. Calves? Okay. Your second heart, your calf muscles. Yeah, for real. Got to pump that shit back up, right? We don't like realize how important our calf muscles are. They're the first muscles that are used to help you stand up, right? That's where it's going to come from. That's what's going to start to pull you and help you stand up, right? Every time they move, like every time you move, right, and they contract and extend, shorten and lengthen, right, they're going to start to bring the blood back up. That's why Jess wears like the compression socks now that she had that blood clot. She has to wear like the socks to make sure it pumps up, and all day she goes like this to keep her calf moving, right? So you want to think about this. I think we always like kind of forget about them. We'll do a couple pedals and we'll open them up, but think about both sides of it. Think about the engagement in them too, right? So you'll feel that, especially like the inside here, when your arch collapses, you're going to turn these muscles off. So when you lift the arch up, you can almost see, like as soon as I lift my arch up, you can see like the whole inside of my leg kicking on. This isn't your gastroc, but these are muscles that are going to work with the calf. All right, so we'll play with a little bit of that activation as well. Sometimes downstairs I do things with y'all where I say like sweep your heels out and we like lift towards our pinky toe to start to turn on the inside of the leg. So we'll play maybe with some, we won't do that, but we'll do some stuff kind of playing with that same idea. You ready? Take a nice seat, close the eyes. Sit up tall. Take a couple breaths. Yep, full breath in, complete breath out. Here in practice is where we say we set our intention or we turn inward. We prepare ourselves. You're going to use your breath. So these are the times where we're warming up the breath. Just like we're going to warm up our body. We're not going to go right from opening our eyes to warrior two, right? We're going to work off the floor a little bit. We're going to start to get things moving, and then we're going to progress. Well, it's the same thing here with your breath. You didn't have to think about your breath at all a minute ago before we started. Now we're starting to think about it. We're going to have a couple challenges. We're going to have these challenges in our breath where we're going to listen to ourselves breathe, or we're going to slow down the beginning of the inhale and push more on the end of the exhale, or we're going to count out the breath. It'll be 2 or 3 seconds for the inhale, so we'll make the exhale the same 2 or 3 seconds. Maybe we'll find Ujjayi breath. The air begins to rebound off the back of the throat. We're warming up the breath. It's the same thing with the ohms. You know, I tend to think of things like pretty physical when it comes to yoga, and that's how I think about the Om as well. I think of it as that opportunity to try to control your breath, to see if you can find a balance in O, as you work through. So find where you need to be in the breath right now. Feel on the inhale as the ribs start to expand and the belly comes out and the diaphragm falls. We don't feel that. And on the exhale, you'll feel the belly draw in. You'll feel the ribs compress. You won't feel the diaphragm come up, but it's happening. It's going to push the air out. Sit up nice and tall. Let the head and the throat slide back. Feel the breath turn to movement. On the inhale, let the arms lift. And let the exhale bring the fingertips and the knuckle pads to root. Let the heels of the hands lightly touch. As now the breath goes to that space between our palms. And we say it travels down our arms into the back of our heart. From the back of our heart out in front of us. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together the sound of Om. All together. Deep breath in. So we softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. All right, let's start out all fours, hands and knees. So we're going to go hands an inch or two in front of your shoulders. Knees will be an inch or two behind your hips. Pointer fingers will be straight forward or turned out a little bit, so we don't want our hands turned in this way. All right, we want to be straight or we want to be out a little bit. Just like this would be too much. All right, we're finding where that sweet spot is. We're clawing the floor and we're hugging our hands into the midline. And you can see my arms start to ignite, right, when I do that. I squeeze my biceps, these muscles here, so I could support this elbow joint. In the feet, right, if they're like this, curl this way. Curl your toes. Have your heels pointing straight up to the sky. They're going to try to fall in this way. So you might want to sweep them out that little bit. Pull your belly in.
Pull your shutters closed. Yep. Keep that energy coming up your arms into your shoulders. Pull that energy up your legs into your hips. And then just take a few breaths here. Low mountain. Keep pulling your heels to your butt. Keep hugging those shins in. Keep sliding the back of your neck or the back of your throat towards the ceiling. And keep breathing. And when you're ready, work your cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round the back, look to your belly. Lengthen your sit bones towards your heels. Your inhale, arch. Your exhale, round. Now move with your breath. If it's 2 seconds to inhale, it's going to take me 2 full seconds to arch my back. If it's 2 seconds to exhale, it's going to take me 2 seconds to round my back, or whatever the length of your breath is. The length of your breath will change as we start to practice, especially when we start to link poses together. Your heart rate's going to come up, so your breath is going to have to come up. So our pace is going to come up. Your breath is setting the tempo for the practice. So if you stay with your breath, that's going to give you that pace. One more, and then we'll come to a neutral position, so find that flat back. Keep pushing down. You're hugging all muscle to bone here. There's lots of isometric engagement. That's an engagement without movement. Take a couple breaths, then walk the knees back an inch or two. Then take the right leg straight back, ball the foot on the floor, and now we're going to reach back. So pull your belly button in towards your spine. Pull your shutters closed. When you sweep the inner heel out and you hug the shin in, you'll feel the energy start to pull up the inner thigh, start to pull the kneecap to the waist. Now you're going to keep your knee from hyperextending. And then if you start to pull your heel to your butt, you'll engage that hamstring a little bit, and the back hamstrings in the back of your leg. But then start to stretch the calf by reaching the heel to the wall behind you. Then exhale, lower, swap side 2. So we don't just stretch. Right? We have to engage everything before we stretch it. When we stretch muscles that aren't engaged, we just stress the attachment sites. We want to get through the fibers of the muscle. So we want to engage everything as we start to stretch it. And hold that engagement. As you reach back out of the heel, reach forward out of the crown of the head. Even expand side to side. Exhale, lower that left knee. Walk the knees back in. Take that right arm up and that left leg back. Come to spinal balance. So see, this wants to happen. It's this. Toes off the floor about like 6 inches. Belly in the spine. Lumbar is nice and solid. Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. Lift from the inner upper edge of the forearm and the inner edge of the thigh. That'll keep this from happening, like the hip peeling. Exhale, lower. Right arm up, left leg back. Now reach back out of the heel, forward out of the fingertips and the crown of the head, even side to side. Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. Feel that play between the power and then the freedom. Exhale, lower, put it with your breath. Inhale, right arm up, left leg back. Exhale, lower them. Your next inhale, swap, your side 2. Stay with your breath. Kick that leg back. Pull the toes towards the shin. That's going to be dorsiflexion. Plantar flexion is like a high heel. This, we don't want that. We're doing this one. Reaching out of your heel. That'll not only extend out of the hip, but you'll connect to that. You'll feel that stretch through the calf as well. Now, I started with my right arm and my left leg. I'm going to finish with my left arm and right leg, whatever your side 2 is. We'll meet back in that low mountain. Take your knees wide, bring your feet, your toes together, sit back into child's pose. Root the sit bones towards the heels and lock them in there. That's below your waist. Now start to breathe above your waist. Feel your spine starting to lengthen. Feel your side body starting to open up. And then when you're ready, walk your hands towards the right side of your mat. Root down into that left sit bone to that left heel, but then peel up that left side. You feel coming off that QL a little bit. You feel here your intercostal muscles are through your ribs. You feel your lat right here. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. When you're ready, look forward, walk your hands towards the left side. You know, for me, as you'll see me TP my fingers on this pose, it gets into my lat even more. For me, I like to get into the lats in this spot. That happens to be a tight spot for me from paddling and stuff like that. So for me, I like to get into this spot. So taking those fingertips, going up to those fingertips, you'll get into that lat a little bit more. Inhale, come back to center. But remember, you're trying to find what you need in your pose, right? We're all the same, but a little different. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Take a breath. Step back to plank. So you can see my shoulders are on top of my wrist crease. This would be behind my wrist crease. This would be in front of. I'm right on top. And I'm reaching out of my heel, so I'm back in that dorsiflexion again. Now keep that. Lift the hips, come to downward dog. So there will be your distance for downward dog. That's how you'll know you'll measure it up. Now on the first one, bend the knees, just so we can work the upper body a little bit more. It'll soften the pose up a touch. Now claw the floor, so get heavy underneath your fingertips and your knuckle pads. Keep the heels of your hands light. See, if I want to lift the heels of my hands up, I can, because I'm bearing the weight into my fingertips and my knuckle pads. Keep hugging the hands into the midline. Slide your back of your neck or your throat forward to like where the ceiling and the wall meet at the front of the room. Now keep the arms lifting up, so forearms are lifting up, inner biceps are lifting up. We're sliding that throat back. We got this nice connection to our neck and our upper back. Pull your belly in, pull your shutters closed. You're gonna fire through the core. Pull your heels to your butt to your heels to engage those hamstrings and the backs of the legs, and then maybe start to pedal the heels a couple times. So think the exhale down to the floor with the heel, inhale it up, exhale your side two, inhale it back up, go back to side one, so you stay with the breath here. Feel that length all the way down the back of the leg and out of that bottom of that heel. Now, if you started with your right, finish with your left, then come to a neutral position, so back to that downward dog, knees bent, legs straight, whatever feels good. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Keep it going. Stay with your breath. Drive into that plank and keep reaching your heels back to the wall behind you as you drive into the plank. One more. And as you come forward to plank, see now I go from my feet here, straight up and down. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. So you could be low here if you want. You could be here. Some of you are up here, right? Wherever your play is, go for it. After the 3 breaths, lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Now, if it felt better to keep your knees bent in downward dog, you certainly can. If it felt better to straighten your legs, then try to straighten your legs a little bit. But keep pushing those hands down and forward, taking the chest back towards the toenails. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 breaths. Shoulders go back like we're squeezing a marshmallow between our shoulder blades, and down away from your ears. After the 3 breaths, back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. So hug that knee to your chest as you take that leg through. And then find where your space is going to be. So see, the way for me to engage my low leg here, my calf, is going to be to fire all the way from my foot. So I'm going to root down into my heel, and I'm going to stretch my foot out so my pinky toe mound hits the floor. Then I'm going to widen my foot out to the left so my big toe mound hits the floor. And all of a sudden, my arch is going to come alive, and you can see the inside of my leg starting to fire up. That's what I want. Back leg, I'm sweeping the heel out, hugging the shins in, right? Same kind of energy. But the more I push down, the more I feel like I lift up. Now I keep this left thigh lifting up, and I soften this right thigh down like I'm trying to get it parallel with the floor. Slide the head in the throat back so your chin isn't doing this. We want to be this way. Yep. And now reach out of the heel, forward out of the knee, forward out of the crown of the head. Exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale the arms in front, plug them in if you need to. Take them up overhead. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly button in. Pull your shutters closed. That's where you're going to feel like this lift through your spine. Hug a beach ball like between your forearms. You're going to feel your arms ignite. Reach up through your thumbs. Now maybe curl back into that pose. Keep dragging that back knee forward. Keep that belly button working in. Keep going up and back as you take the pose a little bit further. And then exhale the hands down. Shift those hips back. Come to Baby Hanuman. So Baby Hanuman, you would just shift back this way. Some of you are going to want to move your back knee back just a little bit, just to give you a little more space to get off your patella, your kneecap. Go for it. If you need to pad your knee a little bit, you take your mat and you roll the side of your mat over like this. And that'll give you like double the cushion. Your blanket as well, but if you don't have a blanket, that's the little trick. Now, when we do Hanuman, we tend to sit a little more like centered because we're working both legs. Here, we're bringing a little more attention to the front leg. So we might want to fold forward. So you want to push down and you want to drag that heel back to you, just like you're pulling the back knee forward. Keep hugging in so the toes point straight up to the sky, and keep that little micro bend in your knee. Now look forward. Yep, pull your toes back to your shin. So dorsiflect, this is plantar, this is dorsa. Now we're going to fold, and you're going to feel this nice opener down the whole back of the leg. Yep, but keep hugging those toes in so they're pointing straight up, and keep pulling your toes to your shin. One more breath. Then as you look forward, bend into that lead knee, place the hands down, lift the back knee, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Stay with your breath. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, lower back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Yeah, that's it. Stay with your breath. I always try to stay ahead of y'all just a little bit. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. And then find your space. Now work from that front foot. So it's heel. Then I spread like I'm reaching my pinky toe forward, and I root the pinky toe mound down. Then I widen the foot back over towards the right, and I get the big toe mound to go down. And now my arch is lifted up like real high. It's nice and supported. I'm seeing my second toe line up with the middle of my ankle. See, if my arch collapses, my ankle lines up with like my inside of my big toe. So work from your foot, then start pulling it up through the legs. Pull it through the upper trunk. Pull it up through the crown of the head. One more breath. Then control it as you lower the back knee. Inhale the arms in front, take them up. If you need to pause and plug in. If you're ready to go right up, go right up. Now take the head and the throat back. Yep. Stay with the shutters. The shutters are going to lift up the spine. That's the space to then curl back into. Don't lose dragging the front heel back and the back knee forward. Don't lose drawing that pelvic floor up or the belly in. Don't lose those shutters closed. Don't lose back of the heart lifting up through the front of the chest. And now maybe curl back in the pose a little bit further. One more breath. Nice, y'all. Exhale the hands down. Shift those blocks up. Then flip the blocks up. Then shift the hips back. Come to that Baby Hanuman. Right, remember, plantar's like a high heel. We're going the opposite. Dorsa. I keep pushing my heel down to keep my knee, so micro bending. See, if I don't push my heel down, my knee can hyperextend. If I push my heel down, it's going to make my knee bend this way. We want that. And then get nice and tall here.
And as you fold, let your chest go first. This wants to happen for everybody. Throat back, chest forward. So opposing forces, right? As I'm sliding my throat back, I'm bringing my chest forward. And then you feel that nice opener down the leg, back of the leg. One more breath. As you look forward, bend into that lead knee. Place the hands down, lift that back knee, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. From downward dog, look forward, bend your knee, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Now keep your heels heavy, keep your inner thighs back, sacrum back, belly's in, shutters closed, reach up, head and throat back, maybe curl back. Feel that peel come up the belly, up the chest, the neck, up the arms. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Now, balance the weight here. So remember, we want to work from our feet just like we did before. That heel roots. We lengthen the outside of the foot into the pinky toe mound. We widen the foot into the big toe mound. We keep pulling the energy up the legs. As we look forward, we drag our fingers back towards our toes like this. It's going to pull your spine forward. Use that to your advantage because now you got space. When you have space, now you can move into space. Go ahead and fold into the pose. You could be at your blocks, right? Maybe you lower your blocks. Some of you are going to be at your fingertips. Go for it. Some of you are going to go to take your hands flat or the back of your hands, wherever you want to play. And sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, take that nice big reach. Bring that right hand behind your back, left hand to your elbow. Here's those lats again. Now this wants to happen. Don't let this happen. It's this way. Yep, heels back, inner thighs back. So even if you're leaning forward, that's okay. This is human movement, right? This is a good movement for us. This is starting a hip hinge. This is our misalignment, right? We don't want this. So we sure as shit don't want to reinforce that, right, in yoga. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Swap side two. Then push your head back into that forearm. That's how you can stand up tall without letting the hips. So you use that little force feedback, right? And as you feel a little bit of that tension back and forth, you can use that to stand up nice and tall. Then draw the fingers up, yep, and intensify that stretch. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. So here we're opening up the whole back of the legs. That back line goes from underneath your foot up your calf, your calves, your gastrocs. You're taking it up to your hamstrings and then up your spinal erectors, all the way up to your skull. That's one fascial line. So here we're trying to work that whole line. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step the right leg back, lunge. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana, one crescent. So front knee right on top of the ankle. Squaring that left hip forward, so hug to the inside of that left thigh. Right hip forward, hug to the inside of left thigh. Pull the energy up the upper trunk, even up the arms. Now maybe start to curl back into the pose a little bit further. Reach back out of your heel, forward out of the front knee, forward out of the crown of the head, up out of the crown of the head and the fingertips. Exhale the hands down, step forward. Keep the knees bent, reach the left leg back. Find the lunge. When you're ready, inhale, come up, Vira one crescent. See, the more I pull my belly in and my shutters close, the taller I get. The taller I get, the more I can curl back. Power in the legs. Freedom in reaching up and curling back, and then softening your face and settling into your breath. One more. Nice, y'all. Exhale the hands down, step forward. Swing the arms up. Sit back into chair pose. See, my sit bones are gently reaching to my heels. That's too much. We're definitely not doing that. Here. Lift those arms up, sit back deeper. Keep the power. Pull in. Find the freedom in settling in the pose. There's not a lot of chill here, right? Lift those arms a little more. Sit back deeper. Nice, y'all. Push down, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank, work through your vinyasa. Actually 3 times. Let's flow a little bit here. Stay with your breath. Control everything. That's what working slow with your breath helps you do. You're going to be able to control everything that you do. Moving fast, momentum's going to pull us around. It's going to make it a little more challenging. We'll meet back in downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel down, walk your hands to the inside of that right foot. Now stick your butt back on that left side, and you're going to take the thigh back. Now hold it there. Climb that right elbow to that right knee. Bring that right arm in front, plug it in, sweep the bicep up along the cheek, extended side angle. See, this thigh wants to do this the whole time. So we started by really rooting it back. Now we're opening the inside of that right thigh. This is the challenge, right? Opening up these adductors. So we're going to pull our belly in first. You're going to feel that you rotate back that little bit. Keep opening up that right side body. This wants to happen where we side crescent into it. Don't let it. Open this way. Yeah. Now open the inside of the thigh by going sit bone to heel, or sweep your heel towards that wall with the window and the door, and the knee's going to peel to the bricks. Hands down to the block or the floor. Yeah. Push into that front heel. Inhale, come up, warrior 2. Take the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, bow to the inside. Oh, you want some reverse warrior? Okay. We'll go humble first. Look forward to the front left corner of your mat. There's now fold to the inside of that right thigh. Maybe lift the arms up. Release the arms. Inhale, come back up to that warrior 2. Take the palm up, slide back in the reverse warrior. I've never linked these before in my whole life, but we did right here. Sometimes you got to mix some shit up, right? That's the challenge. Inhale, come back up to that warrior 2. Spin the hands down to the floor. Spin that back heel up, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 1 time. It's not that you can't link them up. It's just that I never have. We'll meet back in downward dog. Take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Then as I spin my back heel down, I walk my hands to the inside of that left foot, and I stick my butt back on that right side. Then I climb the elbow to the knee. Yep. Maybe I stop to plug the arm in, and I sweep the bicep up along the cheek. Yep, awesome, y'all. Keep that thigh rooting back. Work the upper trunk so you get space in the front left hip crease. Then we can start lengthening sit bones or sweeping heels, right? We need the space first. If the hand's going down to the block or the floor, go for it. And then pull the belly in and the shutters closed. Then rotate the top of the ribs back, the bottom of the ribs forward. Maybe you even start to look up into your bicep. Push into the front heel. Inhale, come up, warrior 2. When your hands go behind your back, if your left pinky was under last time, right pinky gets a turn. Bow to the inside of that left thigh. Look to the front right corner of your mat. There's the spine long. Now fold a little deeper to the inside of that left thigh. Maybe reaching the arms up towards the sky. One more breath. Release the hands. Inhale, come up. Warrior two. And the palm comes up, slide back, and reverse warrior. Feel those legs starting to shake a little bit? That's good. We want that. Time under tension. That's how they get stronger. Inhale, come back up to that warrior two. Spin the hands down to the floor. Spin that back heel up. Downward dog. Work through one vinyasa. You back to downward dog. Exhale, lower your knees. Sit back on your heels, child's pose. Grab a drink, wipe your face, whatever feels good to you. Take a little break. Nice, y'all. Too much traffic for me to get that Sencha this morning, so water it is. All right, wherever you're at, inhale, come up. We'll meet in all fours. Turn those hands out. While we're resting, we'll do our little forearm bicep chest opener here. Belly's in, shutters are closed. This wants to happen. This way. Nice and filled in. That's too much, right? But that's not enough. So we got to find where that sweet spot is. Inhale, unwind, sit back on your heels, give them a wrist a little spin. You get that nice opener through here. And then inhale, come up, exhale, hands down one more time. Keep pushing your hands down. That's going to intensify the stretch a little bit. But play with what you feel is good. There's Mayurasana going up. You can see that. And then inhale, unwind, sit back on those heels. Give those wrists one more spin. Hero's pose. So you're going to take your gastrocs, your calf muscles have two heads. There's a medial, an inside, and a lateral, an outside. So you're going to take your thumbs and you're going to dig right in the middle of the two. And then you're going to push that outside one away. Now you're going to sit back between your heels. The space between our knees will all be different, but we'll all have the outsides of our shins parallel with the sides of our mat. Flick your toenails down into the mat. Hug your shins in. You feel how you're starting to lift up? That's what we want. Pull your pelvic floor up. Pull your belly in. Pull your shutters closed. Take the right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of your thigh. Sit up tall. Take the twist. If you ever have any issues with your neck, you can let your head, and twist, you let your head stay in line with your chest. If you want to peek over that right shoulder, you certainly can. Inhale, come back to center. Take a breath, swap side two. Keep your legs super fiery here, like your toes should still be spreading and flicking down into the mat. Your shin should still, your heel should be sweeping out. Your shin should be hugging in. Maybe peek over that left shoulder a little bit here. Inhale, come back to center. Take the hands behind you. As soon as you take your hip from flexion to extension, we're moving the pose a little further. Some of you are going to want to lay back. Go for it. I can't get into like much more
deep flexion in this for myself. But if you want to lay back, the idea is you're going to inhale, breathe up out of your waist. Then exhale, go belly button to spine, pubic bone to the ceiling. You're going to protect your low back, and then you can lay back a little more. You're going to do that again. Inhale, breathe up out of your waist. Go belly button to spine, pubic bone to the ceiling, or sit bone to the backs of your knees, however you want to think. Sit back a little bit deeper. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come up nice and tall. Hands down, all fours. Then just reach your right leg back, open up the knee and the hip, belly in. Reach out of that heel. Not just opening up the knee and the hip, but we're getting in that those calf muscles again. Exhale, lower it down, swap side 2. Exhale, lower it down. All right, take a breath here. When you're ready, step back to plank. Shoulders are on top of your wrist crease and you're reaching out of your heels. Keep your hips up. See, we all have butts and they should stick up, not this way. Your butt's not going to be in line with your spine. You're going to be lifted up this way so that there's a little crease in your hip, right? That's where we want to be. Keep breathing here. Keep pushing down and hugging in. Knees count. Keep hugging the hands in, the forearms in. Keep squeezing those biceps. Keep sweeping the inner heels out. Keep hugging the shins in. Keep pulling those kneecaps to your waist. Keep pulling your heels to your butt. Keep the pelvic floor, keep the belly, keep those shudders, and keep pushing down. Now stay with this. Here's 60 seconds. Now push back to downward dog. Now you got the weight back to the legs by pushing the hands down and forward. Keep doing that. Get the weight back in the legs. If you bend the knees, it's going to make this a little more accessible. If you're straightening the legs, it's going to make this a little more challenging. Now, don't let your head fall to the middle, your chin fall to the midline. Slide the back of your neck or your throat forward to the front of the room where the ceiling and the wall meet. That's how you're going to connect to the neck and the upper back. Keep the forearms lifting up. Keep the inner biceps lifting up. Keep the legs charged. Keep that belly in. Keep those shutters closed. And keep pushing those hands down and forward so the chest keeps working back towards your toenails. Come on, y'all, stay with this. We got about 10 seconds left. Breathe. From here, reach the right leg straight back. Awesome, crew. Step it through. Pigeon. Can I try this? Let's see. Okay, so ultimately, I would bring my shin a little closer to the parallel with the front of the mat. But this is as good as I could get. I'm going to take it because I wasn't able to get this a week ago. So I'm going to work with this, all right? Here's what I'm talking about. This is my side 2, right? So I'd be a little more here. But play where you need to be, okay? Remember, if this style pigeon isn't your flavor today, you can always lay on your back, right? Supine pigeon. Now work from your feet, so see how I'm activating my feet. Now hug your knees in, pull that pelvic floor up, pull that belly in. I know a lot of you like to fold, so get tall first. When you fold, go forward and out instead of this. See how round my back is? I want to be out here. Yep. Now, don't lose hugging in, so keep pulling that front knee back and that back knee forward so that your junk is lifting up off the yoga mat. There's a space, right? See this space underneath us? We hold this space by pulling our knees into the midline. That's where we're going to get that lift from. Couple more breaths. And then inhale, come up. Place the hands, take a breath. unwind the hips, reach that right leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. I haven't tried this with y'all yet, so I want to give it a go. Come forward, right knee towards left elbow, kick the leg out to the side. I've been playing with this with y'all the past few weeks. Spin to the inside of that left foot, draw that left elbow back, maybe reach up. Now here's what we've been playing. Maybe lift that leg, that right leg off the floor. Yeah, adduct it up to the ceiling. Lower it down. Inhale, unwind, reach that right leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward to plank with the leg up. Back to downward dog. Let's do 3. Come forward. Keep reaching out of the heel. And back. One more. Stay with your breath and don't rush. Your breath is still very controllable, so we're not panting, right? And then lower that right leg down. Take a breath. Nice, y'all. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Pigeon. So you see on this side, my knee is to the outside of my hip. It's easier to see on this one, right? The other one, I was forced to kind of keep my knee in line, a little more in line with my hip. But here, it should be wide out to the side, the best that you can. And then that right knee will be in line with your back hip. Activate from your feet. Pull the energy up the legs. Pull up from that pelvic floor all the way up. And then if you want to fold, it's throat back, but chest forward. This would be the opposite. We want throat back, and then the chest comes forward. Right at any moment that I take my arms off the floor, I don't lose any of this. That's how much power I have hugging in. Right? A lot of power and muscle energy. I know it seems like the hangout pose at the 3/4 mark, but it's not. There's a lot of power in this pose. There's also a lot of freedom. So it is a good blending, but that means we have to work both sides. You know, Warrior 2, way more muscle energy, right? So you're concentrating on one side. Here you got to think about both sides. One more breath as we open up the back of the hip and down the back of the leg. Then inhale, come up, place the hands, take a breath. No rush, stay with your breath. Lift the hips, unwind that left leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Now come forward, left knee towards right elbow, kick the leg out to the side. Spin to the inside of the right foot. My shoulders are on top of my wrist crease. I draw that right elbow back. Maybe I reach up. Then maybe we lift that left leg off the floor. Adductors. Breathe. Lower the leg. Inhale, unwind. Reach that left leg back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward to plank with the leg up. Back to downward dog. Come forward 2 more times. With that base leg, reach the heel behind you, and there's that calf muscle again. And then after the 3, lower that left leg down. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Draw that belly in, sit bones down, reach up. Maybe curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. Awesome, y'all. Grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. That was fiery. Nice. I felt left out with all those downward dog holds that I've been doing with y'all and that little leg thing. I felt like I had to give it a try with y'all today. So thank you for getting down with me here. Robin, I know you were cool with it. Yeah. If you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your back. Bend your knees. And then interlace your hands behind your thighs. You reach that heel to the sky, take a bunch of breaths. And then lower it down. You can swap side 2. If you're at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you, okay? I'll talk everyone through downward dog and L pose. And then those either want to play with your handstands, your headstands, your tripods, your pinches, anything like that, you can work on your own, all right? Go for it. So if you want to stick with me, downward dog and L pose, let's go all 4s, hands and knees, and feet are touching the wall. Okay? If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready. Then from the all fours, take a couple breaths, lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog, and just check in. You feel pretty good, step 1 foot up the wall. Still feel pretty good, step the 2nd foot up the wall. With your knees bent, you'll be in downward dog inverted. With your legs straight, you'll be in L pose. So 2 different poses here. Everybody, bring your chest back towards your toenails. It's going to take your arms truly overhead. That's what we want. And you're going to feel a ton of work happen between your shoulder blades from your head to your butt. Don't lose your bellies. Don't lose those shudders. Nice, y'all. And then you stay as long as you want. When you're ready, you lower back down. You take a breath or two, and maybe you try something else. At any point that you're inverted out, you're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. Nice, y'all. Remember, I say this all the time. What's yoga asking from you here? It's asking you to go ass over head, truly upside down, and be as cool, calm, and collected as you are when you're in mountain pose. And that's a hell of a challenge, right? But put it in perspective right away. It's going to be hard, right? It's a hard moment. Let it be hard. But then just move through in a way that feels good to you. And we'll be here for another minute or so, so take your time, try a couple things. You know, again, if you're inverted out, you can always lay legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. All right, let's meet on our backs. So I'll talk you into bridge and wheel. Supported bridge is where you take the block under your sacrum. Your sacrum is this solid part, top of your pelvis. Where your crack is too low, where your lumbar spine is too high. It's that solid piece. That's where we would put the block. So it would look like this. Now, if you want to do supported bridge, here's where you can be. We tend to go low and medium, but I know some of you do high, right? I go high here on the block sometimes too. So if this is your flavor, go for it. If you want to do bridge and wheel, I'll first talk you into bridge, and then the second time we'll go into wheel, but feel free to play with 2 bridges or 2 wheels or whatever feels, or supported bridge the whole time, right? Whatever you want to bring into your practice. It's not a right or wrong, it's just where you want to play. Let's start on our backs, knees bent, feet are on the floor, they're hips width apart, and your feet are parallel like train tracks. The common tendency is the heels are going to be in towards the midline. So you might have to sweep the inner heels out a little bit to bring those feet parallel. And then reach down and feel your heels with your fingertips. That'll get your knees to stack up on top of your ankle. That's how you can measure. Then we're going to go head and shoulders are back. Sacrum is flat. The common tendency is the belly button goes to the sky and the sacrum lifts up. So pull that belly button towards the spine and you'll feel the sacrum root back. Now charge the legs up. Pull the energy through that upper trunk. With the head and the shoulders back, slowly lift the hips, come to bridge. Maybe take the shoulders under a little bit deeper. Some of you might want to interlace your hands behind your back. Maybe you want to reach your hands towards your heels. But keep the power in the legs, power in the hips. Belly buttons in, shutters are closed. Shoulders go under even a little bit deeper here. And now as we gently push the feet down and forward, you're going to feel this back bend happen underneath your shoulder blades. Lumbar spine's nice and protected because the belly button's working in and the sit bones are lengthened into the backs of the knees. And as the knees reach forward, the upper palate of the mouth reaches back. One more breath. And then stay engaged as you lower down. See if you get your sacrum to land flat. That's a challenge. And then take the feet wide, let the knees touch. Bring one hand on your heart and one hand on your low belly. And go back to the breath. Full breath in and complete breath out. Now on the second one, I'll first talk you into bridge and then into wheel. So play wherever feels good to you. Inhale, open the knees, reset the feet. Take the arms back along the sides. Set it all up. When you're ready, charge those legs. Pull it up through the upper trunk with the head and the shoulders back. Slowly lift your hips. You're going to wiggle those shoulders under a little bit. Wiggle them under. If you're going to go wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat. For them probably will be your pinky. We're a little wider than we tend to think. When we turn our hands out, our elbows are going to come in line with the outside of our shoulders. Now we can plug our shoulders back. And then when you're ready, push down to come up. Or the push-ups. Lower your head down towards the floor, push back up. Let's do 3. When you're ready, slowly lower down. See if the sacrum can land flat. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. If your right hand was on your heart, left hand, and then that opposite hand goes to your low belly. Full breath in, complete breath out. And open the knees, windshield wiper side to side. Next time your knees fall to the right, let them settle there. Pull your left heel to your left sit bone. There's that lateral quad stretch. And then if you want to go ankle over knee, you certainly can. But see, I'm not pushing my knee, my left knee down to the floor with my right ankle. I'm persuading my left knee forward in front of me. So it's like I'm dragging the outside of my heel down my outside of my thigh. And that's persuading my knee forward. If I push my knee down to the mat, I'm just stressing these little SI joints in the back of my pelvis. Now, the way to keep those SI joints safe, belly button to spine. Release the ankle if it's there. Inhale, come back to center. Let the knees settle towards the left. Then right heel towards right sit bone. And then if you want to go ankle to the top of the knee, the belly button stays in, the shutters close. You still do hold your belly in a little bit when we're in a pose, and your breath is going to adapt to that. You have to still hold that core energy, right, to keep yourself safe. We've been talking about that. I'll talk about that a little bit deeper in the next, maybe couple days. Release the ankle, inhale, come back to center. I talked about it last week about pressuring out through the sides and your low back. But that's the idea. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. Because you got to keep yourself engaged, right, to keep yourself safe. So, yeah, the challenge is a little more accessible. There's going to be times that a little bit more. That's when we're really going to have to be conscious. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Hug that right knee to your chest. Interlace the hands behind the thigh, reach the heel up to the sky. Pull the toes to the shin. There's that calf, those calf muscles again. Keep hugging the big toe mound on the left foot in, because it's going to try to fall to the pinky toe side, so keep hugging it in. And then bend the knee. Roll towards that left hip, take the twist. Belly's in, shutters are closed. Just like here, right? In a twist, you can't take as big of a breath as you can in a warrior two, right? Because we're twisting here. So it's going to shorten the breath a little bit. Inhale, come back to center. Hug the left knee in, take that right leg out. Back of the thigh to the floor. Interlace the hands behind that left thigh as you reach the heel to the sky. And then as you pull the toes to the shin, dorsiflexion, you'll start to feel the back of the leg a little bit deeper. And then bend the knee, roll towards that right hip, take the twist. Good rotation here through the spine. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, the legs out straight. Take the arms up overhead. Take another stretch. And when you're ready, hug your knees to your chest. Take those knees wide. Come to happy baby. Final pose. Ananda Balasana. Sacrum's flat. Knees are wider than our shoulders. Shins are parallel with the floor. Now draw your knees back towards your ears. And you get that nice opener in the inside of the thighs and the back of the hip. And then if you want to reach one leg out or both legs out, you could be in the back of the legs one more time. And when you're ready, inhale the knees to center. Exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation that feels good to you. Variations can be blocks or blanket under the backs of the knees. That would be like hip flexor. Supta Baddha Konasana would be like this, where the knees are out to the side. Put the blocks on the outsides of the thighs if you're going to do that pose so that your legs aren't hanging. Some of you might want to set up a heart bench or whatever feels good to you. And here as we lay back, we let the legs stretch out and the feet gently roll open. Let the arms come along the sides. And as the shoulders settle back, let the open palm turn to the sky. We say that open palm draws in the energy. Let your head rest back and maybe let your eyes close. And let the tongue soften from the roof of the mouth. Let your body get heavy. Let your mind soften back to the breath. So each exhale clears and removes and makes space. So the inhale can draw in something new, the change. And the heart opens as it gets ready to move the yoga from the mat to the yoga of life, to the practice of life. Now the practice is on the mat. It's fun. Even though it's challenging, we have a good time. We enjoy each other's company. We look for those challenges to help improve ourselves, to improve each other, to strengthen ourselves, to open, make ourselves more mobile. And now we get ready to move into the practice of life, where the challenges, it's raised a little bit, a little more intense sometimes. But we go about both practices the same way. Whenever those times get tough, we take a breath. And then we set our foundation and we engage so we can express the best that we can in that moment. Always remembering with each breath, a new moment, another chance. Begin here to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Start to deepen the breath. Start to stretch the arms and the legs. Or begin moving in a way that feels good to you. Each action creates. To your chest and roll to the right side. Push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together. The sound of Om, all together. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow
Our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste.
Thanks, crew. Good to
See
see
you,
you.
everyone.
You know, if you have any questions or anything, grab me before you go. Something feels weird, definitely get me before you go. Maybe I'll see some of y'all tomorrow or Saturday. If not, I'll see you soon. Thanks, crew. Do I want to know what happened in that game last night? No. I turned the shit off. Sometimes you got to pause, right? I had one of those moments. I was like, I need a pause. But I watched Righteous Gemstones, and that shit was so funny, it was worth turning it off.